What is up? What is up? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, at this point, y'all know the routine. The routine is another day, another set of breaking news related to the WNBA, guys. This is wild. Lots of stuff every single day. But this time, it is not a actual signing, right? It's not a blockbuster signing. It's not a blockbuster trade yet. ... Although actually we did just get a wild breaking news of an NBA trade. If y'all didn't know, now you know. Jimmy Butler is headed to the Warriors. Wild, I know. Anyway, let's get to the WNBA because that is what we're talking about in this stream. And the breaking news is that Marina Mabrey has requested a trade. Marina Mabrey has said, "Hey, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I want to leave the Connecticut Sun." And the thing that makes it way more interesting than just someone who wants to leave a team, because there are players who always want to leave teams, right? It's not that big of a deal, right? But the thing that makes this a lot more interesting is, one, the fact that she actually just changed teams several months ago, right? In the mid-season of the WNBA season for 2024, she said she wants to leave the Chicago Sky. So the Chicago Sky ended up shipping her out to the Connecticut Sun, and just a couple short months later, Marina Mabrey is like, "Get me out of Connecticut. The grass is not greener on the other side. It is not greener." Marina Mabrey can attest to y'all. It is not greener on the other side. Okay. But actually, real quick about the NBA. Yeah. Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors. This is breaking news. Jimmy Butler is going to the Warriors for Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a projected first-round pick. Wild, okay? I'm telling y'all that, so for those who are interested in the NBA, I'm hoping that y'all don't go and turn to another YouTube channel that's actually talking about that trade, okay? So those are the details about the NBA trade. Okay, now let's get to the WNBA, okay? Let's get to the WNBA and Marina Mabrey. Guys, Marina Mabrey just got traded a couple months ago. Now she is trying to get her way out of Connecticut. And there's one particular detail that I really, really want to focus on because I think it tells us a lot. So let's first get to the Twitter post that was put out there. So here we go. So Alexa Philippou is an ESPN reporter for the WNBA, and here is what she put on X earlier today. She said, guard Marina Mabrey requested a trade from the Connecticut Sun. Her agent, the FAM's Marcus Crenshaw, told ESPN Wednesday. And it says Mabrey averaged 14.4 points a game and 4.1 assists a game last season across stints with the Chicago Sky and the Sun, whom she was traded to mid-season. Okay? So the thing that I really want y'all to focus on, is not the fact that this was just a trade, that this is a trade request, but the fact that it says she requested a trade from the Connecticut Sun. Her agent told ESPN Wednesday. Guys, Marina Mabrey has said, "I am using the media to force my way out of here." That's what this says to me. This says that Marina, she has gotten left holding the bag, and she's like, you know what? I've probably been working on the back end trying to get out of Connecticut, and maybe Morgan Tuck is like, nah, you staying. And she's like, you know what? Let me ante it up and be like, hey, agent, please talk to the media. Talk to ESPN and tell ESPN that Connecticut needs to get me out of here. To me, that's the big news about this. It is not just the news that she requested a trade. That's not just the news. The news is that her agent specifically went to ESPN to tell them. And when that happens, that means that clearly the chain of communication has broken down in the organization, where Marina didn't feel like she was going to get anywhere if she just kept talking to the Connecticut Sun back office, right? Now, this is not, I haven't heard anything to this effect, but that's what this says. That when we see agents go directly to the media, that's what this means. That means they have a specific point they're trying to get across, and backdoor channels just ain't working. Because when Marina Mabrey got traded earlier, a couple months ago, there was, her agent did not say to the media that Marina wanted out, right? That wasn't the case, right? And I want to actually walk through why Marina Mabrey wants out. Okay? I want to walk through why she wants out. I'm going to walk through what has happened with the Connecticut Sun over the last several months. And then we're going to get into some of y'all comments, okay? So keep your comments coming. Keep your comments coming. If y'all could, make sure to do me a huge favor and hit that like button. That really does help the channel out a whole lot. Again, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right? And also subscribe to the channel, guys. We are like this close. Like this close to 30,000 subscribers, which is wild. And if we could somehow get close to that mark on this live stream, that would be absolutely fan-freaking-tastic, okay? All right, so again, if y'all are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Okay, let's go down the timeline of the collapse of the Connecticut Sun. I kind of call it how to destroy a team in just 4 short months. All right, here we go. Here is the introduction to the demise of the Connecticut Sun. All right, let's go. So the Connecticut Sun end up losing in the semifinals of the 2024 WNBA playoffs, and there started to be rumblings, even actually really before the season was even over, about their head coach, Stephanie White. There were rumors about Stephanie White being interested in becoming the new head coach of the Indiana Fever. Now, Stephanie White is a broadcaster, right? She has called several of Iowa games in 2024 when Caitlin was still playing, right? She is very, very familiar with Caitlin. She's been very complimentary of Caitlin. She has proven that she can get a winning roster together, right? And she has had experience with the Indiana Fever. She was a player with the Fever. She was a coach for the Indiana Fever, a head coach for the Fever. She ended up leaving, going to college to coach there. Came back to the WNBA, went to the Connecticut Sun. Now she's like, she wanted to go back to Indiana. So that became official. She ended up leaving the Connecticut Sun on October the 28th, 2024. Okay? So that's the first domino that fell was on October 28th, 2024, when Stephanie White was like, you know what? I appreciate y'all, Connecticut. I've been rocking with y'all for 2 years. We have found some success together, but I gotta say deuces to you. I gotta say deuces to you, and I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here because my destiny awaits in Indiana, and I'm about to put together a WNBA championship squad in Indiana. So I gotta go. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. So Stephanie White is gone. She goes to the Indiana Fever, and the dominoes start to fall. I guarantee you talks started to happen where the Connecticut Sun players that were there, a significant amount of free agents for the Connecticut Sun in their starting lineup and in their roster in general, they started looking around and was like, you know what? Man, we knew our practice facility sucked. We knew that, Connecticut didn't have the best amenities, but we at least had a really good coach. Now our coach just left. So this gymnasium that I'm practicing in, it feels a lot worse now. It feels a lot worse. It feels a lot worse now that I know that my head coach is out of here. So I'm looking around and I'm like, I think I need to get out of here. I think I need to get out of here. The Connecticut Sun end up coring Alyssa Thomas, who was an unrestricted free agent. They decided to core her because, of course, that's your best player. You don't want her to leave for nothing. They cored her, but then Alyssa was like, I need to be gone. I need to be out of here. Trade me. So Connecticut did. They ended up trading Alyssa Thomas and Ty Harris to the Phoenix Mercury, and then Phoenix ended up trading Ty Harris to the Dallas Wings. So on January the 28th, 2025, we see Alyssa Thomas and Ty Harris leave the Connecticut Sun. Now, I think it's a very high confidence that I say that they both wanted out of Connecticut. So first it was Steph White, then it was Alyssa Thomas and Ty Harris. That is your starting point guard in Ty Harris and your starting point forward, do whatever type of deal in Alyssa Thomas, the engine, right? So your engine's gone, your point guard's gone, and your coach, basically like the conductor of it all, she's gone. Okay, so 3 dominoes down, more to go. All right, and then we fast forward 2 days later on January the 30th, where we see Brianna Jones be like, you know what? I'm an unrestricted free agent. I'm gone. Brittany Griner, you going to Atlanta? Okay, I'm gonna go too. We gonna make something happen in Atlanta. Okay, I'm gone. Atlanta, here I come. So Brianna Jones ended up signing a deal with the Atlanta Dream to head over to their squad and try to make some stuff happen. And so because she's like, hey, man, I gotta go. 2 of the players that I've played with for years, they gone. Okay, I'm gone. Chuck up the deuces. See you later, Connecticut. Then we just go forward a little while longer. February 1st, we see an announcement that Dejanay Carrington is getting traded from the Connecticut Sun. Because Dejanay is like, you know what, I want to go too. Alyssa's gone, Ty's gone, Brianna Jones gone. I want to go too. Let me out of here. Morgan Tuck, get me a trade out of here. And she was able to get a trade going over to the Dallas Wings. All right. And we have the final domino that fell on February the 2nd, where DeWanna Bonner ended up saying, you know what? I'm feeling a little feverish. Indiana, what's up? She ended up going over to the Indiana Fever. So, in a span of just a short amount of time, Stephanie White leaves. Alyssa Thomas and Ty Harris get themselves traded out of there. Brianna Jones chucks up the deuces and said, see you later, I'm going to Atlanta. Dejanay Carrington was able to successfully get a trade out. And DeWanna Bonner is like, hey, I'm about to win a championship with the Indiana Fever. So all of that has happened. All the while, Marina Mabrey is looking at all of this and is saying, what in the world? They just left me holding the bag. They got me. They left me. They left me, and I am just holding the bag. I'm sitting here. I wanted to trade from the Chicago Sky to the Connecticut Sun because I said I wanted to be on a championship style team, right? That's what I wanted, right? But now, we see what has happened. She has requested a trade, and not just requested a trade, but we see a trade request via the media, which is interesting. Okay. Now I do want to specifically get to a quote that Marina Mabrey said back in July, after the trade was made official, when we all found out that Marina Mabrey was going to the Connecticut Sun via a trade from the Chicago Sky. There was a specific quote that she ended up giving the Sun Times, and I wanna to go through that quote because just sort of looking at stuff in hindsight, it makes you think a lot more when you see stuff in hindsight and you're like, oh man, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting how this all turned out. All right, so give me 1 second. We're gonna pull this up, and after that, I will get to your comments. Again, thank y'all so much for leaving comments in the chat. Make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. Thank you very much. Okay, let's get to the article. So this was published back in July of 2024. The exact date was July 19th. Written by Annie Costable. Says the title of it, what says, attached to Marina Mabrey's trade request was a desire to play for the Sun. So she wanted to play for the Sun. That is the team that she wanted to go to. Okay? And let's specifically get to her quotes. So here's what Marina Mabrey said. She said, I came to play for James Wade, who was the previous head coach and GM for the Chicago Sky. He ended up leaving halfway through the 2023 WNBA season. He ended up leaving halfway through to head on over to the Toronto Raptors to become an assistant coach. Before that, before the 2023 season started, he made a trade to get Marina Mabrey on his squad. All right. So she said, I came to play for James Wade, the system he had built and the vision he saw for me. I don't like to jump ship, so he left. And then I thought, okay, let's see what happens. And then I love the way that this quote ended and the way that Annie starts the next sentence. Because it's like, okay, let's see what happens. And then she says, what happened was the Sky finished the 2023 season with interim coach Emery Vatansever. By July of last season, the front office already had began discussions with its next head coach, Teresa Weatherspoon. Then we go through the 2024 start of that season, and we see that in Teresa's system, it's not really working to Marina's strengths because, as we see in this article, as I have said on this channel in the past, Marina's role changed. Instead of being a primary shooter, she was asked to be a facilitator, which is why her assist numbers went up over the last year, right? She needed to be a facilitator. That hurt her ability to shoot threes. That hurt her just overall efficiency. And she wasn't happy. She absolutely wasn't happy. And it said that ultimately Mabrey felt playing for the Sun is a better situation. Well, not better anymore. It's not better anymore. She said, I like to keep our stuff in-house. Marina said when asked why she requested a trade, what happens there stays there. But I saw it as an opportunity for me to get to play with veterans, people who have won a championship. So that is what Marina Mabrey said back in July when she originally requested and received a trade from the Chicago Sky to the Connecticut Sun. All right. Now, again, I like to go back and see what and walk through what happened in the past just so we can move on to what's happening in the future. Again, that's Marina Mabrey. She requested that trade. She wanted to go to the Connecticut Sun because it was a team of veterans, because she was trying to win a championship with people who have won a championship. All right. So with that in mind, with that in your heads, let's have a discussion about Marina Mabrey requesting a trade. All right. So let's get to y'all comments. Let's get to our comments. Lataco Ball. I love that. Lataco Ball says you're the best on YouTube. I appreciate your support. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh, we got a super chat. I care too. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says the team changed, the coach left. Well, the coach left before the team changed, but yes, both did indeed happen. And again, Marina Mabrey was left holding the bag because, she's on that team. She wanted to be there. And once she got there, a couple months later, the head coach is gone. Again, the head coach is gone. All five of your starters are gone. Not just your point guard, not just your shooting guard, not just your small forward, not just your power forward, not just your center. All five are gone. So that veteran presence that have won championships before, gone. That head coach that was on the verge of winning a championship as a head coach, gone. And Marina Mabrey is looking like, I know this didn't just happen to me. I know this did not just happen to me. And yes, indeed, Marina Mabrey, it did. Because sometimes the grass is not always greener, right? Sometimes when you make the decision to make a change, sometimes there will be unintended consequences. And that is exactly what we have seen here, right? Marina Mabrey wanted to leave. She had no idea that Connecticut would burn to the ground, right? She had no idea. But that's what happens, man. Like, you never know, because none of us can predict the future. I love when it comes to like basketball and women's basketball in general, guys. I absolutely love when things that happen in basketball teaches life lessons. And I feel like this is kind of like that, right? Sometimes when you make a decision based off of all the available evidence, it says, yes, go there. Yes, go and make that decision. But sometimes you make that decision with the best available information, and sometimes it burns to the ground. Sometimes stuff does not end up the way that you want it to go. Sometimes the sun just goes down. And the sun did go down in Connecticut over the last couple of days, really. And so, we'll kind of see ultimately what Marina Mabrey ends up doing from here. But guys, again, like, this is life. This is actually just life. It's what happens. You can do the best you can, but you never know what may be lurking on the other side that may mess you up in the future. And so, yeah, Marina Mabrey has requested a trade. Will she get it? I think if you're making stuff public like this, if you're using your agent to tell ESPN that you want out, I think she'll probably get out. But we'll see. We'll ultimately see, guys. We will ultimately see. MG2, don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. That is hilarious. Oh my God. MG2, that is hilarious. I love that. Okay? Y'all think I'm funny. Coconut says, Quita's story time is killing me. I'm just saying, guys, hey, don't go chasing waterfalls. Don't go chasing waterfalls, Guys, if y'all could, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button as well. Guys, I want to do a quick check as to where we are at this moment. We're at 29,953 subscribers. We are less than 50 subscribers away from 30,000 subscribers. Can we hit it in this live stream? I know way more than 50 of y'all are not subscribed to the channel. If y'all could, make sure to subscribe, okay? All right. Let's continue on. Let's get to y'all super chats. Thank you so much, De Jour, for the super chat. De Jour says, this is on her. She should have stayed her butt in Chicago. She knew good and well. She knew good and well everyone was going to be a free agent when she left for Connecticut. Don't feel bad for her. Now, I'm going to tell you this. De Jour, the way you wrote your comment, I can just imagine. I could just imagine one of my aunties, or even my mama being like, she knew good and well this was going to happen. She knew good and well. And she knew. And she did know. She did know. The risk that she was taking is she was hoping that the Connecticut Sun were going to end up winning a championship this year. And it was a significant possibility, but ultimately it did not happen. Because again, stuff don't always work out the way you would like it to. All right, stuff does not always work out. And I do want to actually get to another quote that that Marina Mabrey said around her making the decision to join the Connecticut Sun, and request a trade from the Chicago Sky to the Connecticut Sun. And she said at the time, being part of a team like this that is so disciplined with a championship mindset, I haven't been a part of that yet. And that championship mindset is gone. It is gone. It is gone. And so she is like, you know what? Get me out of here. 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 Morgan Tuck, get me out. If y'all don't know, Morgan Tuck is the GM of the Connecticut Sun, which is why I keep saying her name. That's who Marina's agent is probably talking to. Shamika, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, we have Michaela Onyewede and Kia Nurse. We don't need Mabery for the Sky. She can go somewhere else. Wish her the best, though. Thank you so much for the super chat. I mean, no, the Chicago Sky, Jeff Pagliacca would bring Marina Mabrey back on. I don't think so. Because she wanted out. If you want out, okay, well, see you later. You know? You don't really see players request a trade and then immediately get sent back to the team that they originally wanted to leave. Now, coaching is different for the Chicago Sky. If Marina Mabrey did come back to the Chicago Sky, she would go back to what she was originally signed up for, which is a shooting guard role, right? And so ultimately we will see. Ultimately we will see where she goes. I don't think she's going to the Sky at all. I don't think that's even really a consideration for her to go to the Sky. But I could see like a Golden State Valkyries, maybe. I could see a Washington Mystics, you know. Those are the teams I can really see her going to, like, right away and making some stuff happen. I care too. Thanks so much for the super chat. Says she should come to the Washington Mystics. Yeah, I agree. I mean, again, the Washington Mystics are not winning no time soon, and Marina Mabrey wants to be on a championship team. Like, that's what she wants. But unfortunately, she's probably not going to get that. She's likely not going to get that in 2025. I mean, we'll see ultimately what trade comes through, but like I don't think she's going to be able to get sent anywhere. All right. Coconut, thanks so much for the super chat. Says Marina hates to see a rebuild coming, y'all. She do. She hates to see it, man. She hates to see it, or at least hates to see a rebuild where she's just left to kind of facilitate and do everything herself. There really isn't much left for the Connecticut Sun. There really isn't. Half a Brick says, y'all are haters. Connecticut was a better fit for her. Why wouldn't she do it if she had the opportunity? I agree, which is why I'm saying the grass is not always greener. She made the best decision for her at the time, knowing the things that she had, knowing what was happening, right? She knew that there was going to be a significant amount of free agents come this offseason, but she took the calculated risk and said, you know what? I want to win. I want to win. And Connecticut is going to offer me the best chance to do that. I have the ability to play my natural position, which is a shooter, which is not what she was playing when she was with the Chicago Sky, because she was playing she was really doing the sort of like point guard / shooting guard role, right? She was asked to pass the basketball a lot more than she had been in the past, and that was a different role for her. So she wanted to get to her natural role, and also she wanted to be on a team that could win. Makes sense. Absolutely, guys, makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. But again, you never know what's on the other side. The reason why they say the grass is not always greener on the other side is because you don't know what the grass is really like until you right up on it, right? You don't know. You can look at stuff from the outside looking in. You can look at stuff from the best possible. You can do everything you possibly can, but you don't know what that grass really looks like until you're standing on top of it, right? And unfortunately for the Connecticut Sun, the sun was beaming a little bit too hard on that grass, and that grass has withered up. And Marina Mabrey is looking like, oh man, I got to deal with this. Oh man. John said she didn't leave only for the winning part. She left to play her real natural position and to be on a championship team, contending team that could actually make some noise. That's why she left. All right. Oh, great! I'm glad you think that was a good analogy. MG2 is cracking up. Okay. LC Griff says preach. I'm just like you know. JS, don't let the sun come down on me. Oh man, y'all are hilarious. It did though. The grass got burnt. It got burnt. But ultimately, Marina Mabrey is gonna be fine. Marina Mabrey is gonna be absolutely fine. She's gonna get a trade that's gonna go somewhere else. Ultimately, Marina Mabrey is likely gonna win a championship before she retires. It's just, will that championship come in the next couple years? Maybe not. Maybe not. But she will be a free agent after 2025. After the 2025 season, she will be a free agent. And so, here's the hope that she signs somewhere else that can actually win her a championship. Because Marina Mabrey is a great fit on a championship level team. A team that needs someone to knock down some shots, right? That's what Marina Mabrey can do. That's what she can do. And she can do it in bunches. Her numbers went up when she went to Connecticut. The reason why is because she did her natural thing, which is shoot the dang basketball, okay? That's what she needed to do, and that's exactly what she did. Marina Mabrey, again, is going to be an unrestricted free agent after the 2025 WNBA season. All right, let's get to some more of y'all comments. DeJour, thank you so much for the super chat, says, on her, boo-hoo, cry. Chicago would have made the playoffs if she stayed, and then anything could have happened. Fully healthy Chicago is a 5-game second round series. Anything can happen. The Sky definitely would have made the playoffs if Marina Mabrey was still there. We definitely would have made the playoffs for sure. Definitely would have made it. Second round, I don't know about that. We definitely would have made the playoffs. That is for sure. And we almost made the playoffs. If it wasn't for Kennedy Carter getting hurt and Angel Reese messing up her wrists or whatever, we would have made the playoffs, even without Marina. But with her, yes, we absolutely would have made the playoffs. Again, not sure if we would have made stuff happen in the second round, but we definitely would have made it for sure. Felicia, thank you so much for the super chat. Salute to you. Appreciate your support of the channel. Oh, DeJour coming back with another super chat. Says, sis, needs to stand 10 toes on her decision and stick it out. I hope she go to a team that absolutely sucks. Oh my goodness. DeJour is savage, man. Savage. That is some intense Sky loyalty right there, DeJour. DeJour hey, she better stand 10 toes down. 10 toes down. All right, 10 toes down and your 10 fingers too. Your 10 fingers too. All of it. All of it. All right, Levy, thank you so much for the super chat. Really do appreciate your support. De jour says, Quita, I said fully healthy. They weren't healthy. We weren't. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We weren't. we were not healthy. We weren't. Yeah, we had a lot of issues. A lot of issues. Okay, a whole lot of issues. All right. Okay, let's continue on. Lead bringing in some misinformation. Says, breaking news. Fever got Mabery via 3-team trade for Quita Loves Samuelson and Christy Wallace. It wouldn't be a 3-team trade if it's just featuring players on Connecticut and Indiana. It would have been more believable if you would have said a 2-team trade. But no, that has not happened. At least as of yet. I mean, I don't think that makes any sense. I don't think that would make any sense for Connecticut to do that. That would make no sense. No. But that's some fun wishful thinking though. That is some fun wishful thinking. No, KB, no. It would make no sense to get Quita Loves Samuelson for Mabery unless you're getting significant draft picks for that as well. Because Quita Loves Samuelson and Marina Mabrey are not on the same level. They not on the same level. They're not at all. So no. Bangs Theory says there's a few job openings overseas. It would be perfect for her. I don't know if you're trying to be funny or what, but you do know that players actually make more money overseas, right? You do know that like right now over in China, Kennedy's making a bag, Camilla's making a bag, Emma Meeseman's making a bag. Like they making money. They making money overseas, okay? So, so that's not a, in the NBA, telling somebody that they're gonna go overseas and whatnot, that's an insult. For NBA players, that's considered an insult. For WNBA players, that's not an insult at all. Like that's not an insult because you are actually making more money. Like, in a lot of cases, not all cases at all, but the top players generally are making more. So yeah, in the NBA, telling people they're going overseas is an insult. In the WNBA, it's not. It is not. Okay, which is why sometimes it's kind of funny. To kind of see where people are in their knowledge, cause I like even like last year, like I would see people be like, oh, that person needs to go to China. Go to China. I'm like, dude, they gonna make way more money in China. That's not an insult. That is not an insult. Okay. Yes. Ramby. Yes. Thank you so much for that reminder, guys. Did you know, to facilitate more of my point, or to hammer down into my point more, did you know there was a season in the WNBA where Diana Taurasi was healthy and did not play? Diana Taurasi sat a full year out of the WNBA, and the reason why is because her Russian club, which back in the day, all the best players in the WNBA, they played in Russia. Everybody, if you were really good, if you were a top WNBA player, you were in Russia in the offseason because you was making bank. And maybe I'll do a story about it in the future, but you were making a ton of money over in Russia. And that continued until the Brittany Griner situation, and now no one goes to Russia, right? But before, you were going to Russia and you were going to a team called Fenerbahce in Turkey, right? That's what you were going to Ekaterinburg. Ekaterinburg is the name of the team that everybody played it. Everybody played with Ekaterinburg. Candace played for them. I believe that is the team that may have offered Diana that money. But yeah, Russia was the place back in the day, and Diana made boohoo money. They paid her extra money to not play in the WNBA. All right. It's pretty cool to kind of see what happened overseas and whatnot. Lindy says, where do you watch AU? Where AU Hoops is actually happening right now. AU Hoops is happening right now. So you all can actually watch it on ESPN Plus. It's on right now. We have Team Harrison versus Team Colson happening right now on ESPN Plus. All right. Yeah, Nancy. Yep. Stewie, Dinas Rousey, Brittany Griner. Yeah, there was a lot of players who played in who played in Russia. A whole lot. And guys, back in the day, I ended up making a video for I made a video of like all the players who were on a specific Russian team. And when I really started this Quita Loves Sports stuff, I ended up deleting the video. I'm pretty sure I deleted it, which is very, very unfortunate because it would have been awesome to have that now to be able to show y'all all of the people who used to be in this used to go overseas and whatnot. But yeah, it's a whole thing. Maybe I'll do a whole in the history books around it. Rasa says the face of the league is playing. Let me go watch. Yeah, ESPN Plus. Yep, the face of the league, Sydney Colson. And guys, if y'all don't know, let me know in the chat, guys. If y'all don't understand why we call Sydney Colson the face of the league, if you don't understand that, let me know because I'm trying to figure out where people are to see what would be helpful. Is it helpful for me to make a video that actually talks about how Sydney Colson became known as the face of the league, right? Is that interesting at all? Again, guys, I appreciate your suggestions. Y'all suggestions kind of help me kind of figure out what y'all are interested in. So yeah, let me know. Jaden says it all started with Stephanie White. It did. Yeah. The collapse of the Connecticut Sun started with Stephanie White. Again, on October the 28th, 2024, Stephanie White ends up leaving the Connecticut Sun and ultimately ended up taking the head coaching position at the Indiana Fever. We saw in January, the first of the players' dominoes fell when Alyssa Thomas and Ty Harris got traded to the Phoenix Mercury, and then secondarily, the Phoenix Mercury ended up trading Ty Harris to the Dallas Wings, which is where she currently stays, where she currently is right now. But they wanted to be out. At least Alyssa Thomas wanted to be out, right? And so, end up having to allow for the player who got cored to be able to leave and go somewhere that they wanted to go. After that, 2 days later, we saw Brianna Jones sign as a free agent to go to the Atlanta Dream. We saw on February the 1st an announcement that Dejanay Carrington was traded to the Dallas Wings, which is where she wanted to be, and she's very happy about that. And then the final domino for the starting five was DeWanna Bonner agreeing to sign with the Indiana Fever. So those are the details of what has happened with the Connecticut Sun. Those are the wild moves that we have seen so far. Big Doom says Mabery might end up in Phoenix. Maybe. But it's a question of what does Phoenix have to offer that Connecticut wants? I mean, of course, draft picks, but you have to pair draft picks with another player, and I think in order for Connecticut to be interested in that. Taylor says, thank you so much for the super chat. Taylor says, I'm ready to see Skylar go to the Lynx. Dog. The way we seeing Skylar play at Unrivaled, I would love to see Nafisa Collier and Skylar Diggins-Smith on the same team. I would love it. Guys, I'm telling you, that would be so freaking fantastic to see. However, that will not be happening in 2025 unless there's a trade, because as of right now, Skylar Diggins-Smith is under contract for the entirety of the 2025 season. She is on a guaranteed contract, okay? So she's not going anywhere unless the Seattle Storm ended up facilitating a trade with the Minnesota Lynx. I don't see that happening. I really don't. Because, Seattle's going to want a whole lot for Skylar, and I don't know if Minnesota gives that up for 1 year when we saw what Minnesota was able to do with the players they had. So for the most part, they're gonna be bringing it, returning back to what they had last year, plus trying to get some free agents. We have seen Shura Reeve overseas. She is trying to get Emma Meesseman to the Minnesota Lynx. We'll ultimately see what happens on that front. If Emma Meesseman ends up coming back to the WNBA, and if she does she decide to go to the Minnesota Lynx? If she does, yeah, that definitely increases Minnesota's odds for a championship. That's for sure. But there's a lot of teams that are going to be in the hunt for a championship in 2025. Thank you so much, the Dragon Ball Z podcast, for the super chat. We got Dragon Ball Z fans that are rocking with this channel, man. I tell you, isn't women's basketball a unifying thing? Like, we are unified. We got people who like Dragon Ball Z. We got people like me who like professional bull riding. I'm sure we got people who have other sporting interests or other interests that are like very random. But we all, from different walks of life, different ages, different looks, different vibes, but we all connect through women's basketball. Isn't that awesome? I'm just saying. We need more unification in this world. There's so much people at each other's throat, so much negative, but we are unifying on women's basketball. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Isn't that great, guys? I'm just saying. I am just saying, guys. Bangs Theory, thank you so much for the super chat, says, then let her go get that bag overseas. See ya. Talking to Marina Mabrey. I mean, she is getting that bag in the Unrivaled, though. The average salary is $200,000. That's the average salary in Unrivaled. So she's getting that bag in Florida. She is getting that bag in Florida. Gwen says barrel racing and rodeo here. All right. I love it. Kim says, any sumo wrestling watchers out there? I ain't never seen sumo wrestling. I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen that. BB says TCU about to lose. Oh, man. Really? Let's go to the report, please. Dog. TCU lost. Wow, y'all. TCU has lost to K-State. All right, they got. Man, anybody can get got, guys. Anybody can get got. Yeah, shout out to K-State, man. As y'all know, I record all the games, and I usually just watch them later. As I fall asleep and when I wake up, I'll watch them and get caught up on everything. It looks like Serena Sundell was killing in that game. All right, let's go, Serena. All right. Serena Sundale and Jalen Glenn were killing in that TCU game. I like it. I like it. I like it. Aiden says reality TV fans and WNBA fans, it all collides. It all collides. All collides. Let's see. Coconut, thank you so much for the super chat. Coconut says nothing more unifying than a Quita random moment. That's what I do here. Like truly. I told somebody today. The person was like, you're creative, and I was like, no, I'm not creative. I'm random. I am random to the core. Like it's just randomness. Like that's what I do. I'm random. And that's what this channel is. It's random, but unifying on women's basketball. But random. Karma says, Quita, who do you see Marina going to most likely? I mean, again, I could really see the Washington Mystics. Yeah. I could see them wanting to do what they can to get her. I would say the Washington Mystics or the Golden State Valkyries. The question is, are they able to pick up? Are they able to figure out a package that that Connecticut wants? But those are the two teams that I could see her going to. Oh my God, some of y'all are funny in this chat. Spike, you may have a point there. Yeah. The Spike says, I don't see teams wanting to give up a first round pick for Marina, especially before the new CBA. She may be stuck for a year or mid-season trade. Yeah, that's a possibility. That is a possibility. That's for sure. Patrick says Serena Sundale is underrated. She is. Facts. Facts on facts on facts. Again, guys, I'll watch the game later, and maybe if I have time tomorrow, I'll do a recap. Maybe I'll have to see. Guys, lately I've been so busy, like trying to like work on like longer term stuff for the channel, and also working out all of this WNBA news, that like I've been watching the college games. Y'all hear, Mr. President? This dog is too much. Y'all hear him? Mr. President. Mr. President. Are you done? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, we done. All right, he has gotten all his barking out of his system, and so all right. Let's get to y'all's super chat. Oh, whoa, Didi in Tennessee. Thank you so much. Salute to you for the super chat. Really do appreciate your support. Says, hey, Quita. Hey, Didi. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing. Didi, are you in Tennessee right now going to Athletes Unlimited, or do you plan on going to Athletes Unlimited? Does anybody plan on actually physically going to Athletes Unlimited, or are you all just gonna watch it on TV? I'm just gonna watch it on TV. I'm going to Unrivaled in a couple weeks, actually. I'm excited about it. I hope I get to actually like say hi to some players. I think that'd be pretty fun. That would be pretty fun. May says subscribe, y'all. Yep, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you could. Like, again, it doesn't take that much time. And it costs nothing to hit that subscribe button. It just lets YouTube know that you appreciate what we are doing on this channel. And the reason why I say we is because we all doing this together. Like literally, this is a community-based project, this channel. That's what this is. All right. It's my random obsessiveness and you all's awesome ideas and just collaborative talk back and forth, right? Like that we all we doing this together. This is what we do together. All right. Yeah. Y'all, oh, Kojo, that is hilarious. Kojo says Mr. President is demanding justice for Marina Mabrey. now he's laying on the pillow. Now he's starting back up again. Kojo, I think you're right. I think he is demanding justice. He is demanding justice. Yes, make sure to hit that like button if you all could. That'd be awesome. Thank you, Row 2. Thank you, Rasa. Thank you so much. The juror says, love Mr. President. Does he be too loud? Like, does that, like, when he barks like that, is that, like, popping y'all sound? Or is it okay? Like, let me know. Because I'm trying to figure out, like, should he stay out here? Like, when I'm doing these lives? Or should I put him up so he don't be barking like that? Linda says, Mr. President wants 30K. He does. He does want 30. Actually, that dog don't care. He don't care. All Mr. President wants is to get walked. He wants his food, and he wants water, and he will, he want to play a little bit. So you got to play. You got to play with this dog. Like he needs some attention. He needs some attention. Princess don't be doing nothing. Princess is just very calm, cool, and collected, and she don't really do nothing. One, Princess is deaf, so she can't hear nothing. So that's why she can't do nothing. all Princess needs to do, Princess needs to see you. If she can see you, she's all good. Other than that, Princess ain't gonna bother nobody. It's Mr. President who he hears a leaf fall to the ground, and that dog is barking up a storm. That's what he do. He is a guard dog. That is what he do. Okay? Ain't nobody gonna mess with me because Mr. President gonna alert me well before they even get to me. It's kind of annoying, but it's kind of helpful as well. Okay? Jeremy, thank you so much for the super chat. Salute to you. Thank you so much for your support of this channel. Thank you. Let's get to some more of y'all comments. Let's get some more of them. Appreciate you, Jeremy. Appreciate you. Okay, Gwen says it's okay on mine. Okay, so it's not too loud. It's not too loud. Okay. All right. Lindy says Mr. President's fine. Okay. That is good to know. Thank you. Because for me, it's very loud. When he barks, it is very, very, very loud. And so I'm just never quite sure, like, until I listen back to it, like, how loud it is actually. KB says it's loud but tolerable. Okay, good to know. Thank you. John says, what do you think about of the super team allegation against Indiana for getting a bench warmer? I didn't know super teams were now allegations. That's an allegation to call somebody a super team? I mean, the Indiana Fever are looking mighty, mighty good. I think the super team phrase in general is done in the WNBA. Now, back when the Las Vegas Aces were originally the super team, right? In what was that? Was that 2022? I think. And then we saw in 2023 the New York Liberty ended up building their super team. And now the super team label it doesn't mean anything. Like, I don't know. So if y'all want to call them a super team, if y'all don't want to call them a super team, I can care less. I don't care. Like because the super team label means nothing anymore in the WNBA, right? Just like in the NBA, the super team label means nothing, right? Like back when LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh went over to Wade County, right? When they went there, yeah, that was super team, right? KD when KD joined the Golden State Warriors, yeah, super team. Now, nah. Super teams are done. Super teams are done. So yeah, I don't think they really exist in the WNBA or in the NBA. It's just a really good team. It's just a really good team. So I don't know. You can say it, you cannot say it. I've seen people get mad at other people for saying the Indiana super team. Like, who cares? Why do you care? It's not an insult. Like, who cares? I think people just, want something to say. So they got to get upset about something. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because even though you are a quote unquote super team by some people, anybody and everybody can get got. It don't matter who you are. Okay? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Charmaine. Thank you so much. Salute to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really do appreciate your support. It says, Quita, you are amazing. We enjoy your content. Well, you are amazing. And I really do enjoy hanging out with y'all. Like, guys, we've been doing we have been making live streams just about every day for it feels like a week now. Guys, it's been so fun. Like, truly, it's been so fun to go to work, get my work done, and then after work, I'm thinking, oh man, I can't wait to talk about this topic. Oh man, this news just hit the wire. I got to talk about it. I got to hang out with the awesome people on the internet. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. Like, I really do enjoy talking with you all and hanging out with you all and just sharing my love for women's basketball. Like, that's what I do here. I'm obsessed with it. Been obsessed with it my whole life. Just love to do it, man. Like, it doesn't matter. Anytime, any place, I will talk about women's basketball. Literally. I pick a team, any team. I will go off on long tangents about every single team in the WNBA, about what's currently happening, about what happened in the past, about what should have happened but did not happen in the past. We can go through the whole thing, right? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And if I ever see any of y'all in the street, talk about women's basketball with me. I love to do it. That would be really, really fun. That would be really, really fun. And the thing I love the most is pro hoops, professional women's basketball in America all year round. Guys, this was not a thing back when I was a kid. It wasn't. You had the WNBA and you had the NCAA, right? The only time you were able to watch pro hoops for women's basketball is during the summer. That's when you were able to watch. During the summer, that's when you were able to watch. During the school year, it was women's college basketball. And I love that. I enjoy women's college basketball. And then in the summer, WNBA. But the thing I love the most now is that basically just about any week, any month of the year, I am now able to watch professional women's basketball in America year round. Like, can we celebrate the progress that women's basketball has made? Can we celebrate the progress that women's sports have made? I'm a fan of the NWSL, right? I'm a fan of it, right? I love what I'm seeing with women's professional volleyball, right? Like, women's sports are on the up, man. It's great. And yes, basketball is the one I'm obsessed with the most. But I love the fact that, like, women's sports in general, we're winning. We're winning. We are absolutely winning, and I love it. Like, in the way that this continues to grow is if we continue to do our part, right? If we continue to buy tickets, if we continue to engage on social media, if we continue to, buy merch and do all this other stuff, like, women's basketball is growing, women's soccer, women's volleyball, like, go down the line. Guys, this was not a thing as much as it is. And not only are these leagues happening, but they're getting more stability. Like, I don't know. I just love it. Like, I just think about, like, when I was younger, the only time I watched professional women's soccer was during the Olympics. Until it was the WPS that was created, the women's professional soccer. I think that's what it was called. The WPS, and the Chicago Red Stars was a team there, and then the WPS folded, right? And then eventually the NWSL came about, and it was sort of like, initially when the NWSL was early in its finance, it was like, okay, well, is this league gonna last? And now look at how long this league has lasted, and also look how they're expanding. Look at the WNBA, how, they started by the NBA, they expanded quite a bit, then they had to retract because the interest just was not there. Now it's organic. We're seeing new teams, new cities wanting to have a WNBA team. Like, let's shout out to progress, man. Let's shout out to progress. Sorry for my random tangents. As y'all have probably seen on this channel, I do a lot of random tangents. I don't know. Y'all say something in the chat and I just go off. Again, random. And also, y'all, happy National Girls and Women's in Sports Day. Thank you, April G, for the reminder. Y'all, happy National Girls and Women's in Sports Day. Thank you. It's great. It's a great time to be alive. I'm just saying. I'm thinking of, it was the best of times and it was the worst of times, all at the same time. All right. Let's get to y'all. We got some super chats. Thank you so much, Chelsea, for the super chat. Salute to you. Appreciate your support of this channel. You said, new WNBA fan, and I'm glad I found your channel. You helped me stay away from the weirdo Caitlin Clark troll fans. This coming from a huge Fever fan and Caitlin Clark fan. There are some wild channels. Guys. There are some wild channels. But yeah, I am, yes, I am a fan of just the game of women's basketball, man. But I'm definitely a fan of the Chicago Sky. But even with that being said, I try my best to use equal lenses when I'm looking at the landscape of all the various teams. And I try, like, even though I like this guy, even though I want this guy to be successful, like, I say it how it is, right? And I try my best to, like, see every team through the right, like, through an equal lens, unless I'm telling y'all that this is the fan version of Quita saying XYZ thing, right? But again, I appreciate y'all, regardless of who y'all cheer for or whatever. I appreciate y'all, and I hope that you all find community here, that you all find that you all can really not just hang out, but also hang out in a productive way and just enjoy just hanging out with the awesome people on the internet, man. Let's see. David says, who are your top 4 WNBA teams for next season? Off the top of my head, without me really thinking about this, I'm gonna say Minnesota Lynx, New York Liberty, Indiana Fever, and I'm gonna still say Las Vegas Aces. Yeah, I'm gonna still say Las Vegas Aces. Yeah, yeah. So those are my top 4 for next season as of right now. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens though. Thank you so much, T Garnet, for the super chat. Says I'll be at Colonial Life Arena on the 13th for the Gamecocks versus Gators. Season ticket holder, the best home game experience. Y'all, I have to go to CLA one time. I have to go to Colonial Life Arena because I have heard, guys, I have heard that they have a great fan experience. Like I've heard that going to the CLA for a game is really, really fun. I gotta go, guys. I went to a Notre Dame game. I absolutely loved it. Like it was so fantastic going to a Notre Dame game. I want to go to the CLA. I want to go to the PMAC. Like I need to do those things, right? I want to go to Gamble Arena, right? There's some places in women's college basketball that I need to go. I need to go and experience it one day to just really see what it's all about, man. Because of course, watching all the games, you kind of from the seat of my couch, right? You can kind of get a feel of what home court feels like, but like I'm sure going there is going to be fire. It's going to be absolutely fire. Trap says it's too many cloud chasing channels spreading misinformation about all WNBA players. Well, because it makes money. So, you know, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, which my mom would be seeing a whole bunch of nonsense on Facebook. she'd be telling me about it. But yeah, regardless, yes, there are a lot of new people who are doing stuff. Not all new people. That is not what I'm saying. Not all, but there are some who are just trying to spread misinformation because it gets attention and because it gets clicks and views. And clicks and views, if you can stack up a whole bunch of those, that can eventually equal some money, you know? But, you know, when you see information, regardless of where it comes from, especially on you know, on YouTube, on Facebook, check it. Make sure whoever telling you stuff is actually right. And if it's not, don't engage. You know? Even my stuff, check it. Check everything. Don't just believe what people be saying. Because people be lying. Okay? And nowadays there is an incentive to just lie. Because if you can lie and get people to feel a certain emotion, either fear or anger, specifically anger, if you can lie and get people to feel that, they will engage in whatever you got to sell, and you're going to make some money. Okay? So fact check everything. And I'm not saying, oh, just fact check everybody else. No, fact check me too. Yeah, fact check it. No. Don't just be believing, like, you know, of course, I'm going to do my due diligence, right? You know, and there are times where I make mistakes, but yeah, absolutely. Fact check everything. Fact check everything. Shanita says 30K yet? Not yet. Not yet. We are at 29,972 subscribers. Tay says, I'm late, but yes, I would like to know why Colson is called the face of the league. I'm new to the WNBA, so I'm still learning a lot. Okay, I'll make that video. I've been making a lot of Sydney Colson video. Like yesterday and today, I put out, I think I did one live stream yesterday. I put out 2 videos that featured Sydney Colson today. I'll wait for a couple days and then put out the video explaining why she is called the face of the league, okay? I'll explain it. Okay. What up, Frank? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Yeah, Gail. Notre Dame really does support their teams. Yeah, they do. Con Landing always giving us some random information. I love it. I love it, Con Landing. Salute to you. Says 30 years ago, the UConn women's basketball program won their first national title. Okay, let's go. That's pretty cool. That's a long time. That is a long, long time. Trap says, "LOL, I don't mess with Facebook. I don't either. I don't be on Facebook. I just can't. Nah. Mm-mm. It's random information that I don't care about, and just straight up lies on Facebook." De jure, trust but verify. Yes, yes, trust but verify. Rasa, they have. Phoenix has built a good team. They have. They've been working. They've been working. That's for sure. They have lost a lot of players, but it's just that when you have the best player in the league on your team, and you have one of the best coaches in the league, even though yes they've lost, right, they're down, right, but even still, I do think that they are a contender for next year. Bryce says gonna miss Sydney Colson being herself with the Aces. She definitely will make the locker room fun in Indiana. She sure will. She sure will. V says X is way more toxic. For some reason, I like Twitter. I don't have an issue with Twitter. Like I'm always on Twitter. I am always on Twitter because truly, when it comes to women's basketball, Twitter is the best website for you. If you trying to really know what's going on in women's basketball, yeah, Twitter is the place to be. It is the place to be for breaking news. It is the place to be for just stuff that's happening. It is the place to be. So personally, I like Twitter. But again, I've been on it for a long time, and I know all the sources of like who actually is talking to teams, who actually is talking to agents, and who's just lying. Because they do be lying on that, but you know. But personally, I like Twitter. Yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm good for the day, man. I don't have really anything else to say. So I appreciate y'all so much for rocking with me. Thank y'all so much. Guys, yeah, man. It's a Wednesday. We are 2 days away. Well, yeah, we're 2 days away from Friday, which I'm excited about because Friday is always pretty cool. For more unrivaled hoops on Friday. And guys, there was an announcement made today about Unrivaled where they have their 1v1 matchups selected. And so, actually, question. Do y'all want me to talk about those selections now, or do you just want me to make a produced video about it tomorrow? Actually, no, I'm gonna just do a produced video tomorrow. Yeah, never mind. I'll just do a produced video tomorrow. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I need to go and get some food because I literally got home from work, walked the dogs, and hopped on live. So I actually do need to go eat. I am eating what am I eating? I forgot what it's called. Never mind. My brain is now blank, so I think that means I need to go. So, with that being said, hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Go do something fun. Guys, as always, I want to tell you that you matter, you are important, and I'm happy that you are on this earth. Tell other people that. Tell people what they mean to you. Share it, because sometimes people, are sometimes down in the dumps. Sometimes people are going through a lot of stuff that you may not know about, and your kindness, your kind words can help to uplift somebody. So please make sure to do that. We're gonna leave on. I don't want to leave on this. LL Professor, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, on behalf of the Indiana Fever, we'll pass, Marina. Ah, dang. anyway, anyway, y'all have a good one. I love you. Most importantly, guys, Jesus loves you, and he wants a relationship with you guys. Have a good one. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Expect more videos tomorrow, because I got more stuff I want to talk about. I always got more stuff I want to talk about. So, yeah, see you tomorrow. Have a good night, and deuces.